Welcome. Tonight's our Mayfield Regional Arts Information Night, and my name is Heike Bronson. I am the coordinator for the Regional Arts Program, and I will be your host for this video presentation. So I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are located in Caledon, Ontario, on the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, as well as the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat and Haudenosaunee. We would like to acknowledge the enduring presence of all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, including those who continue to call this land home, many of whom are students and staff in our schools. Our commitment in the Regional Arts Program at Mayfield is to continue to disrupt ingrained colonial practices that have led to an underrepresentation of marginalized communities, such as our Black, African, Caribbean, and Indigenous communities. All right, so thank you so much for coming. Really wanted to start off by talking about the key piece of our Regional Arts Program at Mayfield is about giving students the opportunity to pursue their passions. So immersing themselves or yourself in one of our arts for that 4 years of high school. So this is the opportunity that we're talking about tonight. It's really an extraordinary learning opportunity where you'll have specialized instruction in your various art courses, depending on which one you pick. And tied to that would be unique experiences that may involve traveling locally, traveling abroad, and there's a whole host of extracurricular activities you can get involved with. So you're seeing here on this visual that our students who are in the Regional Arts Program are often also very involved in our sports and athletics programs, our clubs, etc. So it's a really intense learning experience. So the next key thing is to remember that there are four programs. So one of our programs is dance. So in the dance, we're really looking at giving you the opportunity to explore innovative and unique ways of creating movement. And we're going to be using important and meaningful topics such as social justice and mental health issues to inspire these creative movement pieces. Similarly, in drama, really again using the creative process of acting and everything that's associated that to really allow students to excel in that medium, to find your voice and to also contribute to making statements that are relevant to our community. Now, music, there's two components. There's a vocal music, and in the music, it's a welcoming, creative, safe, and challenging environment for students who have that passion and an aptitude for music. So both vocal music or instrumental music, we're committed to honoring your voices, your identities of all of our students, and to the diversity and inclusion across our program. So really, again, an amazing opportunity to really connect with that, with your musical talents wherever they may lie, vocal or instrumental. The final program is our Visual Arts Program, and our Visual Arts Program empowers students to explore their creative expression, to develop their confidence, and really find their voice and their means of expression in the area of visual arts.
We embrace our 3 A's, so athletics, arts, and academics.
Mayfield is really inclusive. Immediately, I found a place here.
We have games running after school and sometimes during school, also tournaments that we go to. Outside doing like ROPSA, OFSA, but overall it's just a great experience.
Arts opens you up to being creative, it puts you in a different state of mind, and it actually does fit into a lot of math and science programs.
A big thing that we learn here at Mayfield is dedication and compassion for everything that you do, and I think that's something very important that you can carry over to your career.
The teachers are very passionate not only about what they're teaching, but how they're teaching it. It's having class discussions and doing experiments. There's so many different types of ways students learn, and teachers definitely accommodate that.
Mayfield, great place to be.
All right, so the other key thing to remember is that you need to live north of the 401 to apply to Mayfield. So if you're currently attending a school that's in the Peel District School Board, or you're attending a school that is in the Dufferin-Peel District School Board, or any kind of a private school, that school needs to be located north of the 401, and that makes Mayfield your regional arts school. If you live south of that, then you should be applying to Cawthra. One note, just with regards to, for those of you who are applying from outside of this region, for students who have meet the program requirements and live outside, you will be offered spots once all the applicants who live, the local students who live within the board, have been accommodated. If you're not sure exactly where your school is, there is this Find Your School link that you can do and you can find your school just by entering your home address. All right, so very important that if you're applying to Mayfield, that you live north of the 401, or your school is north of the 401. All right. Now the other thing that sometimes gets a little bit confusing for folks, although our school has a program, the Regional Arts Program focuses on the arts. These courses are all part of the Ontario curriculum. So it's important to know that when you're at Mayfield, all the Regional Arts Program are based on our Ontario curriculum. So whether you're taking art or music or drama, it's all Ontario curriculum. In addition, you'll also be taking your compulsory courses that are also Ontario curriculum, so that when you graduate, you will be graduating with an Ontario Secondary School diploma and have all your core subjects there. So grade 9, you'll have your RAP courses, 2 of those, and then you'll have all the other compulsories, English, Geography, Math, Phys Ed, Science, and French, as are shown here. Okay, so now let's get to the application process. So the first thing is you're applying to this program as a grade 8. So that's entry point into grade 9. So everybody who is applying to a regional arts program is applying as a grade 8 student to start in a grade 9 and then stay at that school for the first 4 years. The second piece is there are eligibility requirements. There's a certain criteria that I'm going to talk about in great detail that you need to meet in order to be eligible to be considered for the program. The next thing is you really need to know that on November 15th, the link will open and it's down there at the bottom. And you have until the 29th to complete your application. The application has quite a few different pieces to it. It's your name, all your information about where you live. Really important to make sure that your email address is the email address that you want us to connect with you on. That is the email address that we'll use for offers. That's the email address that we'll be using for all of your communication. The other part is you'll notice that there is a section where we're just asking some general interest questions. So really wanting you to know that that part will not be judged, but it is an opportunity for us to get to know you a little bit. So when you do come in for that participation component, which is also known as the audition, we will already have a little bit of background and we'll try to make you feel welcome so that you're not so nervous during that time. So please take your time to fill out that part and make sure that it's accurate. And then here, the last piece is just the link. All right. Okay, so now another really important piece is just to have these application dates and details. So today we're giving you the information evening, and so you're getting all the information that you can. There'll be breakout groups to follow up. And then from there, we would like you to go and make sure that when you are going onto that link, that you are clicking on the secondary RLCP, which is a great gray tab, and that takes you to the application. So application gets finished, you submit that application, it gets sent to us via the computer, we process all that information, and then the next thing that'll happen is if your application is complete, you'll get an email about the audition, and that will happen in December. We're looking at between the 13th and the 17th. You'll get a specific email from either visual arts or music or dance or drama, and it will give you a specific time for your audition. And then that's the next step. Towards the end of January, the auditions will be held at Mayfield. So we're giving you a range that it could be as early as the 17th and perhaps as late as the 25th. And you'll be given a time and a date and exactly where to go. So that wraps up the application process. Then all that information is funneled into the system, and on the first round offers go out on January 27th. 4 days pass, and we need to hear whether you're accepting that offer or declining. So we know that some may be applying for more than one program. So as soon as you accept one offer, that automatically declines your other offers. Then the next in the afternoon, after all that accepting and or declining has happened, the second round of offers goes out, and that's at 3 o'clock on February 1st. And then again, 3 or 4 days to decide whether you're going to be accepting that offer. If you accept that offer, then any other offer you've made would automatically decline. And so at that point, what happens is we kind of have a core of students who have applied, and then what we do is we create a wait list, and that wait list will be created on the 7th of February, where you will receive notification that you're on the wait list. And at that point, what we do is as things change and spots open up, we will be connecting with you all the way until the end of June 28th. All right. So one piece of the that application process is aligned with the Peel District School Board's commitment to equity and inclusion for all, and that's called self-identification. And it's been added to the admission process for all regional arts programs to reflect the need to address historical and statistically significant disproportionalities in enrollment, which we found on our student census data. So now we are really wanting to ensure that there's equitable representation of African, Black, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis students. So what self-identification means, it is a part of the application process. If a student identifies as African, Black, First Nations, Inuit, Métis, that's a self-identification. You would check a box, and so therefore, when we go through the process of selecting our candidates, after we have everybody who has qualified, the random selection process would not be applied to students who have self-identified. The second piece is that the random selection is done completely away from the school. It's done at the central board level. So the school has no understanding or even input into how that process works. So along the same lines, just wanted to add a note that there are some fees that are attached to the application process. So there's a $40 non-refundable application fee. And then also to know, in the 4 years, because of the enhancements that are offered in the regional arts programs, there is a fee of $200 that's also part of the program. So wanting everybody to know that would be part of the commitment to the program, would be to paying those fees. And those fees are all paid on the online application website, and there is a pay now button, and those are some questions that if you have any questions, or if there's some things if you have any questions about and you're uncertain, you can always call the school and talk to our office manager about that. Along the same lines, if there for some reason are some financial supports that are needed, they are available for both the fees, so the $40 application fee. So if that's what you're needing, then you would currently go to your grade 8 school principal and let them know, I will need some help. You can contact your guidance counselor who can finance your current school principal. You just need to communicate with your school one way or another. No questions asked that you're needing some support, and they will let us know, and we will go through the process to make sure you get that. If you need assistance with the program fees, so when you start, like the $200, you're accepted, you need to pay the $200 to secure your spot. That's where you're calling our office assistant at extension 409. In the RAP office, that's our Miss Peretta is our office assistant, and she will be happy to take your information, and we will make sure that those financial situations are taken care of. Now, the application, as I mentioned, has a couple of steps to it. So some of it is your address, your email, And some of it are those questions. So sometimes people get through the questions and they go, oh my goodness, like I got to think about this a bit more. So as soon as whatever you've put in gets saved. Once you're ready to submit, like you've done everything, you've checked it, everything's accurate, you've said what you want to say, then you need to submit your application. Once the application has been submitted, we will eventually be able to see it from our end here at Mayfield. It takes about 24 hours, and at that point you will receive a confirmation email so you know everything went through. So very important for that confirmation email to come, and that's why your email address is very important, because it's coming to that address. If for some reason it doesn't come, please call us and we'll find out what's gone on. So that's also really important for you to make sure that you don't wait till the last minute to apply. Like, take your time, but make sure that everything's taken care of well before the deadline. All right, just a few things about this application criteria that we've been talking about. So 30% of this is academic background, and what that means is a grade 7 final report card with learning skills and a grade 8 first term report card. And we use that because in order for you to be involved in all these programs, we need to know that you have some foundational, some fundamental skills where you will be able to manage your academics as well as the extracurriculars. So that's 30%, so a small portion. The next part is called the, let's see here, the participation component. So the participation component, sometimes people like to call it the audition. Those are the same thing. So the two parts that you need to know is the foundational skills. We're looking to see that you have some foundational skills, but we also know there's been a pandemic. Some of you are really interested in music, but you haven't actually played an instrument in a while because of the pandemic. We get that. We really get that. Similarly with art or dance or drama. So, or in vocal, you're singing. So we really just need you to show that you have some foundational skills that we can work with you on. And the second piece is that commitment to the program, that you are really keen. You want to take this music class or this drama class or this dance class or this visual arts class every semester for 4 years. That you're committed. That's going to be something that you are really wanting to do. So those are the two pieces that are going to be part of the application for the participation component. More specifically, the participation component for each of the two areas. For music, dance, and drama, there'll be 2 parts. You'll have a practical demonstration of your skills, and those details are on the website. Check those out. Is it going to be some kind of a choreography that you're going to have to do? Are you going to have to sing something? So check out what that is. Then there will also be an interview or a conversation with a team of rap teachers where we really just want to hear about you. We know a little bit about what you've said in your application, and now we just want to have a conversation with you so we can see and hear your enthusiasm for the program. Visual arts is slightly different. You will have an opportunity to do some preparation of your portfolio ahead of time, and again, those details are on the website. And then when you come for your audition, you will be doing a life drawing session right here at the school, as well as that interview and conversation. So again, we're just trying to get a picture of where are you with regards to your foundational skills and your commitment to the program. Now the random selection, here's what's happened. You finish applying, you've done the academic, everything's in, you've gone, you've had your participation component, you've auditioned. We generate that score and we think, okay, all these students, they have qualified for the program. So those students, they get put into what's called a random selection. So most programs, except for our vocal music program, there's 56 spots. So that's 2 classes of 28. So let's say we have 70 students that all have met the criteria, then those students go into the random selection. And then 56 students, including those who have self-identified, will get that first round offer. And when the first round offer comes, as you know, you have a number of days to make a decision. So these are specific details. So again, we do know that some of you have applied to multiple programs. So the moment you choose your first program, then you have declined all the rest. So you need to understand that. So by declining that, it opens up other spots. So let's say we fire out 56 spots for the drama program and some don't get picked up, and let's say there's 6 spots left, then the next round of offers would go out to 6 more students who then either accept or decline, and then from there we would create our wait list, and if spots open up, then we will continue to try to keep that magic number of 56 students in our program and 28 students in our vocal music program. So you will hear about that right up until June 28th if for some reason you aren't offered and you've met the criteria. Just one note for anybody who is not in a Peel District School Board school or out of region, you need to make sure you email us your grade 7 and 8 report cards, and those need to be emailed to us so that we can input them. So they actually have to be in there so that you will meet that academic requirement. So please make sure that that information gets emailed. It's not brought to the school, it should get emailed. A quick note on transportation. It's not provided for students who are in the regional arts program, except for students who live in our boundaries. So for students who currently would be coming to Mayfield, and they are entered and accepted into the arts program, you will get busing. The rest would be taking public busing, and then there are some opportunities for people to seek private busing, but you need to know that those busing opportunities are a third party, so it's not covered by the Peel Board, but there are some opportunities for people to look into busing. But the transportation, sometimes we also find a good source is carpooling, because we do have students who are coming from a variety of different places, so carpooling is also a great opportunity. Okay, well, that's a lot of information. So this PowerPoint, this presentation is recorded, and it will be posted on our website, so you can listen to it as many times as you would like. There's general information about the RAP program that you can go to our website. You can read the stuff that's there. You can read the Peel Board website. Those are all listed there below. And also there's chats. There's in the chat box, you'll see that there's links for the breakout rooms. And if you're watching this after the evening, we will have on our Mayfield website and also on our guidance website, the RAP, and both the guidance and the RAP website, we have those breakout rooms for you to also click on to get more information. And when all else fails, please call us. So 905 extension 409 is the key one when you're calling the school, and we're really looking forward to hearing your questions to make sure that you can make a great decision and apply to the program if that's what you're wanting to do. Thank you very much for your attention.